So welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we're going to be rolling through the Sky Bet Championship predictions. Let me know how you think your team is going to get on this weekend. But without further ado, let's get straight onto things at Home Park, where they take on a Leicester City side that did suffer a narrow defeat to Millwall last time out, thanks to an absolute wonder goal. Now obviously if we look at things, both sides have been struggling recently, but Plymouth, more importantly, have picked up points in their last two matches, obviously since they sacked their manager. And it is important that they do continue to win if they want to stay in the league. As for Leicester, they need to win this game because they want to stay at the top of the table, and I think they will. I just think their quality will shine through in the end, and they'll win the game fairly easily. I'm going to go with a 3-1 away victory here, and one that will definitely suit the Foxes. So next up, from one promotion candidate to another, Leeds take on Blackburn. Obviously, Blackburn 3 points above the relegation zone. They still need to get some points on the board, but going to Elland Road, I do not give them much hope. I'd be stupid not to predict a Leeds win at Elland Road, as they haven't lost there all season. They're a fantastic outfit there, and I think they're going to win here fairly comfortably. I am going to go with a 2-0 home win here that will see them keeping the pressure on the teams above them. Next up, Millwall versus Cardiff. Millwall need a couple more points to stay in the league. I think Cardiff are pretty much done now. They're not really going to go up or down. So I think it's going to be a pretty boring game. Millwall, I think they're just going to settle for the point. Cardiff will be happy to settle for the point. So I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw here, with neither side really going for it. So on to the Bays versus the Black Cats. And West Brom at home, they're a good side. They're obviously still fighting for the playoffs. They're in there and don't want to slip out of them. As for Sunderland, they're mid-table, not really playing for a lot. It was very important for them. They stopped that run of losses, but that seems to have come to an end now. We've gone to the run of draws. But I think West Brom win this game. Not in an easy way, because Sunderland look a harder side to beat at this moment in time. But I didn't think they're going to win the game. Now I'm going to go with a 2-1 win to the home team. On to a pretty much dead rubber game now. Swansea versus Rotherham. Swansea look like they're going to be sitting pretty in the middle of the table. And Rotherham obviously have been confirmed as the first team relegated into Sky Bet League One. I do think Swansea are going to win the game though, because Rotherham, they've looked really poor all season. I don't think they're going to be motivated to go out and get some points now. Don't expect them to come up next season, put it this way. Rotherham, they look really poor. One of the worst sides I've seen in the Championship for a while. I am going to go with a fairly comfortable home win here. I'm going to go with a 3-1 win to Swansea. So next up, it is Southampton versus Watford. Now, a couple of months ago, you just said Southampton would win this game easily, but Watford under Tom Cleverley look a real tough side to beat, and they've really steadied the ship there. As for Southampton, look at their form. It's very inconsistent, and that's really what's cost them automatic promotion this season. I just think they're going to draw this game here. Goals are going to be very much part of it, as that seems to be what Watford are doing at the minute. And I'm going to go with a 2-2 draw here. But again, either side could win this game. I'd lean towards Southampton to win it, but I just can't see either side picking up all 3 points. Next up, Sheffield Wednesday versus Stoke in a relegation 6-pointer. Sheffield Wednesday obviously do sit inside of it, while Stoke sit 3 points above it. And it's going to be such a good game of football, this, in terms of the tension, the stakes. It couldn't get any higher. I think it's just going to be a 1 goal that nicks it, and it could be the game that keeps one team up and sends the other one down. So I say at Hillsborough, it's going to be such a tough game for Stoke, and I do think they're going to narrowly lose it. I'm going to go with a 1-0 win to the home team in what would be a massive 3 points to help their quest for survival. Well, next up, it is Preston, and they take on Norwich. Now, obviously, Preston and Norwich have both had the same amount of points in the last 5 matches, but Norwich need to win this game. With teams like Coventry breathing down their necks, it is vital that they go and pick up all 3 points here. But Preston at deep down, it's not going to be a walkover. I do think that they will narrowly win the game, but I wouldn't be surprised if Preston picked up something here. I'm going to go with a 2-1 win to the Canaries, but it could go either way. Well, Ipswich haven't picked up a win in their last 2 matches, so this makes this game even more important. They must win here against Middlesbrough in order to stay in the automatic promotion spots. I think they are going to win here. I think they are a very impressive side, Ipswich. They've done unbelievably well this season. Kieran McKenna's got a tune out this side for the last 2 seasons, and it could send them into the Premier League. And I think they will win here. At Portman Road, I'm going to go with a comfortable win. Middlesbrough have looked a very good side recently. Since that win against Norwich, really, they haven't really dropped off. Unfortunately, it's a bit late in the season to make a playoff surge, so I do think they're going to have to settle for mid-table and build again in the summer. But I don't know, I can't see them win this game. I'm going to go with a 2-0 home win. On to Hull versus QPR. QPR look virtually safe now, maybe need 3 more points. And Hull's dreams of the playoffs look like they're coming to an abrupt end. Hull, they built themselves on such a good foundation, but just too many draws and now a couple of losses sneaking in there. It's not been a good end to the season, and they need to rebuild again in the summer. It's not been a good enough season for them. And I say, if they want to get into the playoffs, they're going to have to do some serious spending in the summer. From a QPR standpoint, it's been a very good 2024, as coming into things, they look like they were destined to be in League One, but they've managed to revive themselves, and they look like they will be staying in the Championship for at least another season. I think this game is going to be a very tight game. I can see both sides getting some goals in it, but I don't think either side is going to win the game. I'm going to go with a 2-2 draw. Next up, it is Bristol City versus Huddersfield, and Bristol City will be very much inclined to go and get a 5-game unbeaten streak under their belt. And for the first time under Liam Main, it looks like he's managed to get a tune out of these players. They take on relegation candidates Huddersfield. I think Huddersfield will go down. I don't think they've been good enough for this season. And for a team that was in the Premier League not too long ago, it is really worrying times at the John Smith Stadium. I think they're going to lose here again, fairly comfortably. I don't think they're going to put up much of a fight. I'm going to go with a 3-1 win. I think Bristol City will go 3-0 up, and Huddersfield will get a consolation goal late on. But I say it's not good for Huddersfield. Well, from one team that looks like they're going down to another, Birmingham, 1 win out their last 5. I said it before, it's not form that keeps you up in the Championship, and they take on former tenants Coventry City, who are in a much better position than them. But crucially for Coventry, if they want to keep their playoff hopes alive, they must win here. After losing narrowly against Southampton in the week, it is vital that they bounce back here, and I think they will. I think it's going to be a fairly comfortable game for them. Birmingham don't look like they're putting up much of a fight this season, and it is karma for sacking John Eustace as early on as they did. And if they do end up in League One, they will look back on that decision with a lot of regret, and questions will have to be asked of the competency of the board after making that rash decision. And for me, Coventry are going to win this game fairly comfortably. I'm going to go with a 3-0 away win to wrap this match week up. So if you have enjoyed, please make sure to like and subscribe. It is free and it really helps the channel out. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.